The final update is here. There's a couple of little time gated things, namely Pantheon this coming Saturday, and that's really about it. I think everything else is in there now. So
Yeah, that's crazy. I still like it. Still hasn't really hit me that it's like kind of over.
it hit me when I loaded into the tower.
What, when the tower was like full for the first time in about a year and a half?
Funny enough, my tower was not full. I actually loaded into a totally empty tower, but seeing the big, oh, excuse me, there were one or two other people, I guess, but I think they left right away. They were in there doing the ball. That's how I found out that getting the giant traveler ball to spawn was one of the triumphs because I got credit for it, and then they immediately pieced out. But seeing the big area that you should just be open and you could jump down in, seeing that filled in with the 4 kiosks,
Hmm.
it's a thing. It's a choice. I think it looks good personally.
Yeah, I think it looks cool.
I kind of feel like this should have been done years ago, but it is cool. I like how it looks. It fits in naturally with the tower, and each of the kiosks represents one of the 4 tenets for the Guardian Oath, essentially. So, like, one of them is really focused on rewards for Sparrow Racing League, for example. One is really focused on stuff from Pantheon and like armor sets and things like that. Some really sick emblems. One is where you'll redeem a ton of engrams and like there's engrams, there's some emblems in there, some more like basic stuff, I guess you could say. And then there's like the last one, which I don't really know how to describe that one, but you can get the exotic and one of the new exotics in there, and or it's new to me at least. I'm sure it was already in the game, but it's new to me. The void linear that you can go get. All in
Mhm.
all, this works. This is a good system. It works. I have enjoyed looking through, seeing just the ridiculous amount of triumphs they've put in for the legendary marks. I know people who are gonna, complete every one of them because they have, or close to the max triumph score that you could ever get in the game. And that's really cool. If you're a triumph whore, like some of us are, this is really cool. It is a big love letter to Destiny. That's the only way to really describe this. And some of the things that I've gotten to experience already really make me go, okay, clearly some people on some teams knew what was going to happen before this actually happened. They did
Mhm.
not find out last minute. They knew what was coming
Yeah.
because they
There's some
got to
pretty intricate stuff too.
yeah,
Like,
they've gotten to full send some things here.
yeah.
We're not talking about just bringing forward like quality of life improvements and things like that were already like pretty clearly in the works. But in terms of loose threads that they're tying up, leaving the characters in certain places, getting dialogue for certain characters, there's a few that you can go interact with. And I'm only going to go up to talking about a certain amount of the interactions because there are 2 cutscenes that also released with this that I personally have not seen yet. I have remained unspoiled on them so far. I do know
I saw one pop up on Twitter. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I saw one of them.
I vaguely know what you need to do to get them. So that's going to be my task this weekend is really just sitting down and grinding out some of these triumphs in order to get to them. All I can say is from the dialogue I have experienced so far there's a couple with Lodi, there's Ikora, there's Mara, and there was somebody else. I feel like there was somebody else that I'm forgetting, but they do leave those characters and some of the story threads in a way that we got a little bit of closure and we got an example of what they wanted to do. But also, if they miraculously get to continue this universe, we kind of know where we would be going.
Hmm.
And I think that that's both great and insanely maddening. Like to see where they were planning to go with this is just so frustrating